Hello and welcome back to another episode of the CQ the Watch Guy podcast with me, CQ the Watch Guy. I want to thank you so much for tuning in today. We're in some new digs. We're in another office here at the DavidSW Miami headquarters. Definitely invite you to come by and check out the lounge. We are at 4800 Northeast 2nd Ave in Miami, Florida. Not too far away from the design district, less than a minute. Drive in, less than 10 minutes walk in, give us a call, set up an appointment, come on by, see the lounge, and let's have some fun. So hope everybody is having a great week so far. We're heading in to past the middle of January now. Time just moves so fast. So, I was looking around for what to talk about today. It's the beginning of the year, so we're light on watch news. And out of nowhere, a little gift came, a little funny gift. And it comes in the form of Arnold Schwarzenegger being caught in Munich, of all places. While traveling through Munich, he was held in customs for 2.5 to 3 hours over a watch that he was transporting for charity, a custom one-of-one Audemars Piguet. So when he was traveling in Munich, he got caught. He didn't declare the piece when he was traveling through. The final destination is Austria, where he's having a charity event and he's auctioning off that watch. And I thought this was a great thing to talk about for a few different reasons. One, it's a little bit entertaining because, Arnold Schwarzenegger, global superstar, but as you go, he's from Austria, so you think like, you get into that region, Germany, Austria, everybody who knows who Mr. Schwarzenegger is, and it's just funny. One, because it was an honest mistake, right? And so there's a picture of him holding up the box, and it's what got him caught is he carried the watch in the box with all the papers and everything, so it looks like the watch is being either being taken to be sold or was just purchased or something like that. But on the sticky note is like, have Arnold take with him on plane. So you could tell it was a very honest mistake. Of course, he answered all their questions. He ended up being, I believe, taxed around $56,000 on the value watch. But the big thing is he was fined, and I believe the fine was over $20,000 for this watch. So everybody's guessing what the watch is. It's very interesting because I don't think this was a planned publicity stunt, but now it becomes, a really well-timed publicity stunt for the auction because everybody wants to know what is that one-of-one AP. I know I want to know, and that's the biggest question as this news circles around. If you're a watch nerd, if you're somebody who's an enthusiast, you're like, well, which one is it? What kind of one-on-one is it? Is it another Royal Oak, Offshore? It's a big 48 mm. Your mind just kind of wonders because Arnold does have some really nice limited editions. So anything that is a pure piece, unique one-of-one, is going to be a fun piece, is going to be a unique piece. And I think hopefully it drives more eyes to that auction in Austria that'll be happening today. I'm recording this on Thursday the 18th, and I believe it's happening today. So hopefully somebody over there in Austria will get some pictures to circulate the web so we can actually see what the watch is. But I wanted to talk about it for another reason as well, because it's very important for you to know the rules of where you're traveling when you're traveling with watches. Now that we're back traveling and enjoying the world, and people are going to different watch meetups and gatherings and things all over the world, it's very important to know the rules of where you're traveling with your watches, right? You might just be traveling to a meetup with some friends, but you might have, 8 to 10 watches in some different watch rolls. Maybe you have boxing papers because you want to show off a full set of something unique. And then you get stuck in customs. And the fortunate part here is more the time wasted, right? Because it took him 2.5 hours. Something was wrong with the credit card machine. So they had to take him from the airport, drive him to a bank. The first ATM, the limit was too low. So they had to go maybe to another bank. And then they finally came back and got another credit card machine to work. So it's all, just a lot of time wasted and a little bit of a hassle, right? Of course, it's all okay because he's Arnold and, we don't want to make a big fuss. But if he's somebody who wanted to make a little bit bigger of a fuss, it is kind of a little bit of an annoying situation. But if his, the people who are handling his travel arrangements and everything did help him say, hey, just declare this watch, let him know the purpose, it would have been a little bit of a smoother transition. And, oftentimes, all the time actually, if you're traveling with a watch that's not on your wrist, and especially it's your piece, I would, follow the rules, know the rules. If you need to declare it, declare it. If not, I always suggest having like a scan of all your documents for your watches. If you're traveling with a large amount of watches, have that somewhere on your phone or in your email, or easily accessible to show that you purchased a watch, you show that the watch is yours, just in case anybody's trying to levy any extra tax or saying that, hey, you did a private watch purchase. You can prove, no, this watch is mine. I'm just traveling with it. I'm just going to a meetup, just to not get levied any extra fees or penalties or anything like that, and just to save yourself some time and hassle. But I did think that was a very interesting event to happen, because it was just so random and such a things that we don't think of, right? But certain countries are very, very strict, and nowadays a lot of custom agents know their watches very, very well. Back in the day, 10, 20 years ago, a lot of people didn't know much brands beyond Rolex, or now there's so many amazing high-end brands out there, and the market and everything is so good, and they'll just watch enthusiasts are all over, right? So they know what a Richard Mille is, they know what a Patek is, they know what an AP is. So the days of just kind of floating in and out without declaring stuff, I think you got to be very, very careful with doing that, because you do not want to incur any kind of inconveniences or any issues when you're just trying to go about your day and travel. So it was a great reminder to know the rules of where you're traveling with your watches, know what you should do, know what your do's and don'ts are. Everything is always publicized on government websites, just to save yourself hassle. And like in this case where you're paying a fine, forget the tax, he ended up having to pay a fine because it's seen as criminal for him to evade or hide the fact that he was bringing in the watch, when actually he just say, I'm just transporting it to auction. When the auction happens, all the taxes and things would be levied there. It's a nonprofit, so I'm sure everybody's making sure all the T's are crossed and I's are dotted. But don't find yourself in the same situation as Mr. Schwarzenegger at traveling some watches, then you're getting held up for 3 hours, and then all the hassle. It might not be as fun for you as him, right? Because he's a celebrity, he's from there, so it's a little bit interesting. But you hear so many stories, especially of friends getting together in different countries. Like, let's say Watches and Wonders is coming up in a few months. You want to go over there and meet with some of your friends. I know I'm going to meet with some of my friends, and you bring some watches over. You want to have all your ducks in a row, just because, again, the custom agents, everybody's aware of the watches going in and out. A lot of people do private sales, so you just want to make sure if you're going to do something, declare it, or know what you're getting into, just so you don't end up in an unfortunate situation there. So I thought it was just a fun thing to talk about for a little bit, and again, a great reminder just to know your surroundings, know your rules. Easily avoidable situation. Of course, he wasn't really thinking about it, but that was the reminder to the world. Anyways, I want to see what that AP is. Hopefully next episode, the sleuths out there will have uncovered what this AP is, and we can see what this unique piece is, and hopefully it goes for a really good number, because it is being auctioned off for a good cause. All right, let's get into the watches of the week. I got a nice little lineup here. Remember, always check out the website, DavidSW.com. Check out the new arrivals. Every day, every evening, we have new watches popping up there, and we have some goodies for you today. First off, I'm going to start with a brand I don't think I've talked about on this site, but one of my favorite brands. So this is a Longines Pilot. I believe it's pronounced the Majetek Pilot's watch, limited edition. This is such a cool watch. First of all, quick note on Longines, probably the best bang for your buck if you're talking vintage-inspired, heritage-inspired models. They're a brand that has a great history, great lineage, been around for a very, very long time, and value-wise, you really can't do better. I think their the Heritage Diver that's been out, at least a decade now, has been one of the best bang for your buck divers out there for a very long time, and they really enhanced that range. I've done so many other pieces I can't even think of off the top of my head. So if you're somebody who's looking for a very solid watch, something heritage inspired as well, Longines is a great brand to dig into. Great brand if you're looking to gift something, or somebody's first watch, a good university piece, or you're just looking for a fun watch. It's not going to break the bank. Longines has a great lineup. So what's interesting about this Pilot's watch is it's using a unique timer system. So first of all, as a Pilot's watch, it's super legible. You have this very unique cushion case, and then you have this rotating bezel. And if you look around 12 o'clock, you can see there's a little needle, little arrow. So this is what rotates, and that will be your countdown timer for your watch. So one of the earliest variations for in-watch timer without being combined with a chronograph. I just love that it has a really fun case. The look of it is really nice. 43 millimeters, so it's a nice sizable watch, and it comes on a beautiful brown strap. It also comes with a nice kind of a khaki NATO strap and a strap changing tool as well. This is made to be swapped out on different straps, and you can have a lot of fun with this watch. And it's a piece where, not something that you might not be looking for it, but I'm telling you, something like this, $38.75, really good price point for nice. You don't think about it too much. Pull the trigger, have something fun, have something unique. Again, a great watch to gift. And somebody, if you're a pilot's watch, but you want something that's not your average Breitling, that's not your average pilot's watch look, I think the Longines Pilot, the Majetek, is a really, really good watch to get into. It has a lot of history as well. Definitely a watch you should check out. Full set unworn on this one as well. Now, moving forward, I chose this cool Explorer 2 black dial. It's a 16570. This one's originally from May 2001. I love older Explorer 2s. They just have a little bit of character to them. Depending on the dials, they have a nice fun patina. And something about that watch it screams timeless. It seems classic, screams classic, and they're still tanks, man. Little baby tanks you can do anything with. You can enjoy them. You can beat them up, set them off for a service and a polish, and it comes back, and it's a great looking piece, and it's good to go again. I wanted to talk about this one because it's a full set. Service in May 2020, so I have a service card on it, but it's originally retailed out of Japan. So you have Japanese Rolex guarantee papers, and to me that's really fun because they look very different than the normal Rolex paper warranty cards that you would see, or warranty papers, I should say, that you would see. Different font, different style. So just a really nice collector's item, in my opinion, and something that you don't see every day because, again, they have to be retailed out of Japan. And it's just, something to give your Explorer a little bit of a different twist. $89.75 for this full set piece, I think, is a great price point for this watch. Again, forget to get a tank, a classic watch, something that you can have forever and ever and pass down and still be a cool collector's piece. And it's not 15, it's not 16, it's $89.75. So I think that's a great price point and a great watch to jump on if you're looking to to get into something fun. It's a great earpieces though for 2001 for some of the younger folks out there. So if you have a relative or a kid who's just graduated university or something like that, I think this is a great gift watch and a great watch for any collection. If you're looking for a special Rolex, but not something that you're gonna break the bank with. Next up, we have the Rolex Datejust with that beautiful palm dial. So the Datejust 36 126234 with that beautiful olive green palm motif. I really love these watches. I love them since they were first announced a couple of years ago, and I think it's just such a fun watch, to be honest with you. It's fun, it's still classy, it's a Datejust, but it just, reminds me of better times. It reminds me of just relaxing at the beach, enjoying the day, and enjoying a nice Heineken, you know what I'm saying? And just looking over the water. I think it's a beautiful watch. I don't know. I think Datejust 36s are watches where you find the right dial and they're keepers in the collection. They can live in the collection with you forever. They're great his and hers. They're great watches to pass down. They're great watches to put a lot of memories in and then pass them on to somebody else. I think they're great keeper watches, just about finding the right dial for you. And I think with the palm motif, it just makes a nice, super special watch. And I think like in 15, 20 years, it's one of those Datejust people will be hunting for just because it captures a certain, character and a funness that you like to see from Rolex. So again, Rolex is one of those brands, very uniform. So when you see them doing fun things like this, which isn't too over the top in my opinion, I really, really gravitate toward it. And again, a great watch for pretty much anyone, his, her, young or old, can enjoy this watch and have a lot of fun with it and attach a lot of great memories. Definitely a piece to look out for. Next up, we have the JLC Master Control Chronograph calendar. Now, this is a really fun piece. These were announced during 2020, so not too many of them have kind of flushed in the market. This is the first time I've seen one. What's fun about these watches, the first time that JLC has put in the full calendar and chronograph complication with the moon phase all in one watch. You got the full calendar, so you got the month, the date up top. At the bottom, you have the moon phase with the the date around it. So you have the day and the month up top with the date around the moon phase. And then you have 2 sub-dials from the chronograph, giving you a 30-minute counter. And it's just a fun watch, beautiful white dial. They really refined this as well compared to other master controls. Little touches that give you a little bit of a vintage aesthetic, but my favorite thing, it's super readable. I love complicated watches that you can look at quickly, get all the information from the watch, read, see what's going on, go about your day. And if you want to sit around, stare at a beautiful watch too, you can get that done. And it's a really nice, well done watch, all that information there. I like also this one's on a metal bracelet, comes with a leather strap with a deploying buckle as well. So 2 watches for the price of 1 here. This one I have for $17,575. Full set from May 2023, lowest on the market right now. Everything else I'm seeing is above $20,000, and some of them don't have both straps as well. Column wheel in-house chronograph, triple calendar, moon phase. For this price, all in-house, doesn't really exist. Another reason why JLC to me is one of the best brands out there if you're looking to get a real punch for your buck. Now, last but certainly not least, and the timing of this is so funny, and it ties into the whole Arnold Schwarzenegger theme we have with the episode. I have an AP Audemars Piguet Royal Oak Offshore Chronograph End of Days limited edition. So now you might be saying, is this the old End of Days? Well, actually, no. This is a new version that came out a couple years ago. That's kind of a tribute or re-edition of the original End of Days watch that came out in 1999. That watch was special because it was tied into the End of Days movie, but also was the first AP to use PVD treated steel. And for the time in the 90s, this was very advanced and very unique. And one of the reasons why AP was on the cutting edge of sports watches and doing unique things with materials, especially when you're talking, from 99, right? What were other brands doing in 99? It's very interesting to take a look back and see. So the original End of Days, black PVD, kind of this highlighter yellow green accents on the loom and everything else. So you kind of keep that theme here. 43 millimeter ceramic case with titanium accent, titanium plots around it. Beautiful, gorgeous watch. Again, you're back with that kind of highlighter yellow, highlighter green loom, just giving you a beautiful, funky look that you don't get from a lot of other watches. This one comes on a nice black canvas strap, and I think a highlighter yellow, I think that's also canvas or calfskin strap as well. So you can have a lot of fun with this piece. And listen, this is, for the AP collector, the collector of sports watches who's looking for something fun, something that's give you kind of a big bang, something unique. And the best part about this, especially if you're somebody looking at the older End of Days who wanted something a little bit more durable, PVD kind of scratches. With this ceramic, you don't have to worry about scratches. You take care of this watch and it will look the same forever. So if you're looking for something that's a nice big punch, a nice, something to highlight in the collection, something fun, and a really cool AP you're not going to see anywhere, limited to 500 pieces, you should check out this new End of Days. I think if you're a fan of the older version, this one just kind of does it for you. Guys, make sure you check out the website, DavidSW.com. Make sure you check out the new arrival section. That's where you see all these cool watches that I'm talking about. Every evening, we're uploading new watches as well. I'm CQ the Watch Guy. Buy what you love.